It's time for Word on the Street, though, because we love it.
All right, here we go. I really gotta stop playing the music.
Good morning.
Good morning, Courtney.
Word
How
on the
you-
street.
Word on the street. Word on the street. How you on today?
State Street. I'm at the train station.
Oh yeah.
Train station for this bike to work week again. But this
Oh.
one's very poppin'. So I'm here with Dog.
Hey,
and
Babs.
your name
Hey,
one more time.
Dog.
Elias.
Elias.
Hey,
Okay.
Elias.
And look, they got the sign out, all official. I love it. So, guys, what's the word on the street?
Well, right now we're in Bike Month, halfway through Bike Month, and just trying to support everybody who's already commuting to work by bike. Maybe they're walking, taking the train, taking the bus. So we've got 2 more events this week. So Doug's got the flyer. Exciting celebration on the Farmington Canal Trail on Friday.
Yeah.
So Bike Month, Bike to Work Week is settled right in the middle of Bike Month, and on Friday is Bike to Work Day. But we're trying to celebrate cycling culture in New Haven, and so we're giving away people free breakfasts on the street just to make sure people are fed and happy, and they go to work fed. Yeah.
And where's that breakfast coming from again?
This morning we got Elm City Market. Tomorrow we've got Atticus Market. Friday is coffee. Yesterday we had Pan del Cielo over on Ferry Street, and Monday was Pistachio Cafe.
Okay.
So all of this is because of our partners and our funding partners, AAA Northeast, SLR Consulting, Community Foundation for Greater New Haven, and they're really giving us a lot of the funds to help power all of this volunteerism for New Haven Coalition for Active Transportation.
And just for our viewers, tell us where you're from, like the organizations.
Sure. My name's Doug House-Sladen. I'm the Executive Director for the New Haven Parking Authority, also the Vice Chair for the New Haven Coalition for Active Transportation, nhcat.org.
Elias Esterbrook. I'm also with NHCAT, the Bike Education Coordinator. So I do bike education, instructing with teens and adults throughout New Haven.
So tell us why it's so important to get this out there and ride your bike.
Yeah, to make a cycling culture and a cycling friendly city, we need a lot of things to happen. We need the engineering, we need the education, we need the evaluation. We also need encouragement. So this morning is all about encouragement. On Saturday, we're going to be teaching you cycling skills at the Arts and Ideas Festival in the Hill on Columbus Avenue, right across the street from the health clinic. And so on Saturday we'll be doing 4 hours of education. Come down, free, bring your bike. We'll have some bike mechanics to fix them up. We'll do some helmet fittings. We'll do some air brake and chain checks, and we'll get on the bike and ride, teaching the youth.
Yeah, I mean, one of the big reasons I think is we want youth to be more comfortable biking in their community. It's fun, but also has a purpose sometimes, right? Sometimes it's the best way to get somewhere, quickest way to park where you're going, and get on your way. So
What are the most common questions people ask you when they're trying to learn?
yeah, I think a lot of it is about feeling comfortable and confident in traffic on the street. New Haven, we've got a lot of narrow streets, a lot of one-way streets, and navigating that, I think sometimes is a challenge. So that's why we try to offer classes to adults as well. For kids, I think some of the questions are around, why they need a helmet and what do they need to adjust on their bike. Just getting familiar with the bike as a vehicle, so that they can kind of make it their own. So we try to teach bike
What's the
maintenance
youngest that can come?
Youngest on a bike. At Rock to Rock, which was pretty exciting start to National Bike Month on April 30th, we had some 4-year-olds on pedal bikes. Yeah, so kids starting real early.
Probably the younger the better, right?
The younger the better. If you're a trained cyclist, you can also be a great trained driver. But as Babs knows, a lot of us walk to work and a lot of us walk around town. So it's also really important to teach cyclists how to also engage with our pedestrians. So about 20% of us, 18% of us walk to work in New Haven, and it's one of the best walkable cities in America. One of the definitely the best in Connecticut. So we don't want to short shrift the walkers as well. Anybody who's taking the train today and walking to work got a free breakfast. We just want to celebrate all active transportation, and not to forget, our buses are free right now through November 30th, thanks to the Democratic budget. that just passed in the state, passed by our Democratic governor, Ned Lamont. And we're really excited to see what that does for ridership, because you can walk to the bus, you can bike to the bus, you can take that bus to the train, get anywhere in Connecticut without that added expense of having to own a car. Cars are great, you know, but they're also very expensive and a challenge for a lot of people in New Haven. So
Yeah, and what I loved seeing today was that there was a gentleman asking how he could get around for free
Yep.
because he can afford a bike. What's the answer to that for the viewers?
there's a lot of organizations you can partner with if you're in case management or have somebody in an organization. So folks at Iris work with Bradley Street Bike Co-op. New Haven Works is where Elias works. Also, CMHC gives away free bikes with their patient population. So really ask around, and that's not to say that there's no one resource. There's a few resources out there. The city of New Haven has also partnered in the past with the VA and done a bike mechanics course to train people how to fix their bikes. And at the end of that course, they got a bike and they rode away.
Awesome.
Really, it's all about getting on that bike safely.
Yeah, and I think even before you buy a bike, I think it's a really good idea to go into a bike shop. You know, we have great bike shops here downtown, and the Bradley Street Bike Co-op just a little up the ways on State Street. And I think figuring out, you know, can I buy a used bike online? What would that bike have to look like? How much would it need to cost? For, you know, because there are bikes that aren't so road ready, and we don't want people going out there on those either, because, you know, chances are you're going to go out a couple times, it's going to break, and you know, that really, you know, takes the energy out of maybe what you thought was going to be an exciting time.
What is the best, like, is there a specific bike you guys recommend to those who can't afford one?
The bike that you feel comfortable on riding is the best bike that I can recommend. You know, I think it's really important just to make sure that you're comfortable. You adjust the things you need adjusting, and you can talk to mechanics or folks that know how to tune a bike to help you tune it up. And, you know, they're not that hard to learn. I'm scared of changing my own tire. I'm capable of doing it if I had to in a pinch. So I like to have other people help me through it. But, you know, there's courses at Bradley Street Bike Co-op. There's courses online you can take to learn how to be a bike mechanic. You know, I think the best bike is the one that is working and works for you and gets you from A to B safely.
Yeah, and I think another great thing about this month, we've obviously had the International Festival of Arts and Ideas start. And like Doug was saying, it's actually most fun to ride with a group of people, both because it's more safe, you're more visible, but there's also just the social element.
Yeah.
You stop, you hang out, you grab a coffee, you know, lunch. So if people want to check that out, I know at artidea.org, look for the bike tours, Elm City Cycling, and Black and Brown, Soul Cyclists, Outspoken. We're doing some different rides, which will be super fun.
I just got one advice for anyone who's returning to the bicycle. Besides wear a helmet and make sure all of the air and the brakes and the chain are all functioning, the ABCs. Don't be a squirrel. A friend of mine once told me, don't be a squirrel. Be predictable on the road. The driver wants you to be predictable, and the pedestrian wants you to be predictable. So don't do any squirrel-like movements of moving left.
Yeah.
Don't be erratic. You know, be deliberate. And if you have to take the lane, take the lane. And if you got to get off the bike and walk it, you can totally do that too. No shame in biking, just making sure you're getting out there and having fun.
Yeah, and Doug, you said you've seen a lot of people the past few days, new folks who have never ridden or want to get back into it, right?
Yeah, so we've been doing Bike to Work Week all week in New Haven. We were in Westville on Monday, Fairhaven Tuesday. Today we're at the State Street Station at downtown Worcester Square. Tomorrow we'll be back in Fairhaven and East Rock at the District. And then Friday, Bike to Work Day, we're at the Farmington Canal line celebrating 200 years of the Farmington Canal. So, you know, we've been seeing a lot of people come out to say hello. Make sure you stop by. We've got some giveaways, got some free lights for folks thanks to TTMP at the City of New Haven. And yeah, we'll see you out here.
All right. Anything you want to add, Babs?
Yeah, you know, hey, Doug, I think this year is the first year I've seen the bike month so visible and so many people interested. Talk a little bit about that, about the visibility and the growing of the number of people who want to ride bikes because they've seen the bikers in the city.
That's a great point, Babs. And, you know, I think a lot of folks in the pandemic really started switching their brain to their types of commute, really wanted to commute outdoors, be safe for the outdoor commute. But also, this is the first time to my knowledge, I've been here 22 years, First time that I know that we've been out in different neighborhoods outside of the downtown for Bike to Work Day. So hitting up Westville and hitting Pistachios on the central patio, that was great. Hitting Pan del Cielo on Ferry Street and going over to the Grand Avenue, Grand and East Pearl was great. That was yesterday morning. There was an event last night. There's also a closing wrap-up event at the New England or East Rock Brewery on Friday afternoon for happy hour. So if you're interested in learning more, there's a bunch of events. Come and say hi. But to your point, Babs, I think this is the first time, thanks to our sponsors at AAA Northeast, Community Foundation, Greater New Haven, SLR Consulting. This is the first time that at NCAT, New Haven Coalition for Active Transportation, we've been able to set up 5 different events, 5 mornings, 5 breakfasts, and all culminating in this big one. Thanks to folks like Aaron Good and Melinda Tuhus from the Rails to Trails Association, and as well the Community Foundation for Greater New Haven.
Wait, what was it like in previous years? Did it
Usually
not
we
go
did
on?
Bike to Work Day.
Okay.
And so like that's like
Yeah.
a Friday breakfast. And Elm City Cycling's been putting on Bike to Work breakfast for years. There's a Facebook person named Bike to Work Breakfast. You can friend them on Facebook. This is just a little bit. We've got partners from Park New Haven, from the city of New Haven, and we've had CT rides at every single event this year, which has been really great. Giving away coffee mugs, learning about the Drive Less Challenge. It's a May challenge where you download their app and you get rewarded for not driving to work. Either that's working remote, taking the bus, walking, or biking. I think it's just more and more stuff happening. And I don't know if it's pandemic, if it's where we're at, but the last census showed that we've increased the number of walkers and increased the number of riders. We got a lot more to go once we get these, even more cycling infrastructures rolling out. And as that happens, you'll get even more people on the street and even more safety comes around cycling.
Yeah, I think it's really like there is a domino effect. I can say, I live in Edgewood. I can sit on my porch. I've been working a lot from home. I just look out my window. I see a lot of people biking.
Yeah.
And I think we have to support people and acknowledge, people of all backgrounds are biking, and I think it's in their interest. They want to keep their bike running well. They want to feel safe. They want to have the right equipment. So I think reaching them where they're at is what we'll keep doing this summer. Bike month and beyond.
And wait, where's the Saturday class one more time?
That's great. Yes, Saturday at Arts and Ideas Fest in the Hill.
And it's cool you guys are doing Spanish too.
Spanish language class, thanks to Pancho from Devil's Gear. And also Elias has got some pretty good Spanish training as well.
Okay.
Leo Sorio from LEAP, also a
Leo
instructor.
Sorio,
He's gonna
yeah.
be out there this weekend.
So that's it, right across from Cornell Scott Hill Health on Columbus Avenue in the parking lot. We're going to set up a youth cycling skills course. It's going to be in line with the League of American Bicyclists, who's been putting on National Bike Month since the 1960s. And we're just trying to get more and more people out there on safely feeling comfortable to ride.
And you said 12 yesterday signed up.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, we've got a lot of people interested. I think they've got a bike. It might be in their basement, in their front hallway, in their garage.
Ooh, you must know where I live, because that's where my bike is.
Right, they have it for an occasional recreational ride, but I think once they come face to face with us, they're saying, "Wow, you're teaching people, you're making people confident. You're going to teach me some skills that I think they feel a little bit inspired to go get back on that bike."
Thank you so much. Babs, was there anything you wanted to
No,
add?
I'm so excited. Now I feel compelled to pop into my neighborhood bike spot and get fitted for a new bike.